What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Talk Movies. I'm Brad.
Now Miguel.
Good to be back. Already have you guys in the chat, which is awesome sauce. It's felt like 28 years since our last stream, as I said earlier on our socials, and it in some ways it has been. But I'm super stoked to be back finally, and this is something that we've talked about doing for a while. We're only 2 weeks? Is it June 20th that 28 years later drops? I think it's the 20th.
Yeah, we're 2 weeks away, right?
We're just 2 weeks away. So obviously we're here. We are watching 28 Days Later, which is one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. I would definitely put it in top 10 favorite horror films for me. I don't know if I'd put it in my top 10 favorite movies of all time, but it's probably in my top 20. I think about as much goes right in a horror film with 28 Days Later as you possibly can have in a movie. So super stoked about this. Super happy to be back. Miguel, my friend, how are you? Other than the mic technical difficulties we had, which we still can't explain, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's been a while, so I think that was all on me. I don't really know.
We were having
I
mic
totally
issues.
forgot how to work my mic and all that other shit.
But I don't even think it was us because all of our shit was like the way it needed to be.
I think it was
just
me.
like we both logged out of StreamYard and came back in and it was fine. So I don't know. I don't understand what happened, but we're here. And you guys are here as well. Oct, what's up, man? Missed you, buddy. Gory Tiger, what's up? Austin, hey Austin, congrats, man. He just had your second child, I think. Remind me if I'm wrong, but congratulations to you, man. It's the best feeling in the world. We've missed you guys. Super happy to be back and doing this. Miguel, 28 Days Later. What are your thoughts on the movie as a whole before we dive in and start watching this bad boy?
Well, I don't want to get philosophical on it, but I think I watched
your philosophy.
Yeah, philosophy. I think I saw it in high school was the last time I saw it, so that's a really, really long time.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to jump right back into it. This is a very young Cillian Murphy too, which is so odd.
It is.
Now that he's I don't know.
He's like hot shit now. He's kind of big time.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool to see him see one of his earlier works again.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's here's the thing. It's got a relatively, other than Cillian Murphy and a few others, it's got a fairly relatively unknown cast. It's got here's what I love about this movie. It is atmospheric and scary in all the right ways. It's one of the few movies that genuinely freaks me out, and it's kind of hard to do that. But man, this one, and I've seen it 1,000 times, and every single time it's still I've got my chocolate, I've got my Hershey's candy, I've got chocolate milk, I've got my water, we're watching a British film, so I've got to have my tea. For real, I am a child right now watching this, but I was like, you know what, it's gonna freak me out. I'm gonna have snacks. We're gonna do this the right way. So I'm like a 12-year-old watching a horror movie in their parents' house for the first time. So my dad is a huge fan of these as well. He actually told me a few days ago if Miguel and I go see 28 Years Later without him, he's gonna kick both of our asses. So
bring it up.
So super stoked about that. If you guys have never done a watch along with us, go ahead, get your copy ready. We'll give you a few minutes to do that. We've got it pulled up. We're watching on YouTube because this is weirdly hard to find anywhere. It's on no streaming services, basically, unless you own a copy. And really, it's even difficult to find a copy. The only copy of it I have is one of those dual, you know how they put like a double feature DVD? It was kind of a hot thing when like Blockbuster, when like video stores were still around. It's like
those
the blue
were the
case,
days.
I've got 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later on one disc. So that's my cool copy. I wish, hopefully after 28 Years Later, they'll be like, hey, people are into this, and they'll do a cool re-release on physical medium. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be dope. I'd like to see it in theaters again.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
Austin said, first kid, congrats, man. It's awesome, dude.
Congrats, buddy.
Really happy for you. Ox said, I was lucky enough to get to watch 28 Days Later in a theater a few days ago. Oh my God, that would be insane. I don't know if it was just seeing it on the big screen, but it looked like the picture quality was a lot worse than I remember. I think 28 Days Later came out closer to 2000. Yeah, it came out in 2002, and they filmed it on actual like camcorder. Maybe not all of it, but a lot of it, especially some of the establishing shots and stuff. I think they filmed it on like a camcorder intentionally to make it eerie and vibey and atmospheric. You know, it's not even just the infected. Like the infected themselves are scary, but it's almost the ethereal, weird stillness that they manage to capture in some of the establishing shots of London, especially when Jim is walking around and things are just empty. Like it's a weird. It's one of those movies that just freaks me out. Yeah, I feel like a horse. But yeah, which is interesting because have you seen that picture, Miguel, of they filmed part of 28 Years Later using like 30 iPhones on this revolving thing?
Yeah, you
Have you
sent me.
seen that? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So they actually filmed part of 28 Years Later on iPhones, 100%. And there was this picture, I believe Bloody Disgusting posted it, of a zombie, an infected, running through the
It's
woods.
Cillian.
And there's this, almost like Panavision on steroids. It's just this huge arc of iPhones that are taking like a 360 video of this actor as an infected running through the woods. It looked pretty cool. So, if you've never done a watch along with us, here's how this is going to roll. We've got it pulled up on YouTube. This is just the regular version, no extended version, no anything like that. We are paused at 0 minutes and 0 seconds. We are going to say 3, 2, 1, play, and on play, you are going to chug as much alcohol as you need to not be scared anymore. Actually, that'd possibly make it worse. That might actually make it 10 times worse. But you're going to click play when we click play. So without further ado, this thing is almost 2 hours long. Let's hop in, Miguel.
Yeah,
Are
let's
you
get this one going.
ready? What are you drinking? What are you snacking on?
I got a Diet Pepsi, dude.
I've got my weird smorgasbord of stuff.
Yeah, I would call low maintenance when it comes to the movies, I guess.
I was
That's what
honestly,
we're
I was
at.
gonna have a beer, and then I was like, you know what, we're gonna drink. So Miguel and I, here's a little fun fact about us. Our high school reunion is tomorrow, so we're
Yeah.
probably gonna drink enough alcohol tomorrow.
I mean, I wouldn't say like that,
Yeah,
but
we're not gonna get trashed. But I was like, if I'm gonna have 2 or 3 beers tomorrow, I'm gonna have my tea and my movie snacks tonight. So
yeah.
I should have made popcorn. Damn, that would have been a great idea.
I'm surprised you
It's all
didn't,
right.
honestly.
It's all right. I make good popcorn. I actually,
Yeah, he makes it like in the pot, not
I
as
like
not like
my
not in the
popcorn.
bag.
The only movie theater popcorn that I actually like better is Cinemark, and that's even pushing it. I actually maybe kind of like my popcorn better still, but whatever. I digress. I'll talk about that in another video. 28 Days Later. Let's do this thing. 0 minutes and 0 seconds. You ready?
I gotta find 0 minutes, 0 seconds. Sorry.
Damn it, Miguel.
I have a pretty big TV in front of me. All right, yeah, all right. I think I'm ready.
All right,
Okay.
here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play. Boo.
Boo.
Meep.
Tony.
I always forget this is a Sony movie. Sony makes brilliant movies like this, and then they also make like Madam Web, and it's just like, bro, how do you like?
Tell me
who are
a
you
studio
hiring?
Tell me a studio who hasn't made like, you know, it's made like it has a good, filmography, but also made some pretty blunders. So
Absolute garbage movies too. Like, I don't understand. Ooh, the classic 20th Century Fox logo. Forgot about that.
how do you forget about that? Man, I sometimes I like to pop in one of my old VHSs, but like
Yeah.
my VHS video player is kind of like dead right now. So like, I guess I'm gonna have to go to a Peddler's Mall or a thrift store and find one.
Honestly, I want to find a classic. I want to find one too.
Yeah, bombing.
See, even this, like, what a weird way to start a movie.
I
Like
don't
I know,
know.
like people are getting hung and beaten up, and it's just like riots. Like I don't know.
What is this?
What a
2025?
weird. Is this the American political climate?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Is that Minneapolis?
Oh my God. Oct said, are spoilers allowed in the chat? Yes, spoilers are allowed in the chat as
I
of
almost said if you
right
haven't
now.
watched this, like,
Yeah, yeah. The movie's over
what
20
are you
years old.
doing
Like
here?
it's
Yeah.
yeah, like this opening scene. I love it, but it's also it always intrigued me. First of all, that's just insanely cruel, even if they're infected with the zombie virus. Second of all, like what are you like? What were they trying to do? Like you have this poor chimpanzee that's already infected with the zombie virus, but you're gonna force it to sit there and watch like riots
Yeah, like the
and
worst things
like
imaginable. Like you're trying if you want to make a non like I guess sentient like being like us, more like us, you're gonna give them the worst versions of us?
yeah, like the weird, weird, weird,
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. Jesus Christ, the quality is really bad.
Yeah,
Fucking hell. I
there
didn't even know what
it
that was a
is.
monkey.
But I think it's intentional though.
Chimpanzee.
I don't. I 100% think it was intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're dealing with this
Bro.
awful viral contaminant. Let's leave open dissected chimpanzees just like lying around the room.
Yeah, no kidding. By the way, I read somewhere that like we spent years like teaching monkeys how to sign. Sorry,
Yeah.
chimpanzees. I keep fucking up the and like apparently it's been reported that they all like learn, like they know how to sign, but not
Yeah.
one of them have ever asked a question. Can you imagine that?
Dude, we
Not
went
one of them
to
has asked a question. They've responded to us like time and time again, but not
yeah.
once have they ever asked. Apparently, I don't
We
know. You can fact check me, I guess.
we went over spring break. I took my family, we went to the Indianapolis Zoo, and they have a really cool. It was probably my favorite thing they had at the zoo. But it was this huge chimpanzee enclosure, and they're so cool to watch and to look at, man. Like it's so cool.
The film quality gives me like David Tennant, like Doctor Who vibes. Like the
Yeah,
way it
yeah,
was like
yeah,
videotaped.
yeah.
The
The
the type of
nerdiest
people,
doctor.
yeah, the type of people that are doing this right now, I feel like are the same people who like throw paint at like art and just like super glue their hand to the
Yeah.
ground.
Like this isn't PETA. This is a different like extremist animal rights activist group.
Yeah,
Here's the thing. I love animals. Like animals are like another passion of mine. Like I love animals. I don't want anything bad to happen to animals. But even if I thought they were doing something awful to these poor chimps, like if he said they were infected with rage, wouldn't at least some part of you be like, hold up, wait a minute, like let's pause here and let's see what's actually gonna happen here. Like,
yeah. Honestly, the oh shit.
like some
Like
part of me would
the
be like,
intentions are
okay,
noble, I suppose, but like still, it's like, are you a fucking idiot?
yeah. Also, they
It's quick.
change quickly.
Yeah.
I always forget it. It always kind of freaks me out how quickly they change in this.
Yeah.
Like I always forget that they change within a matter of like minutes. Some of them. I'm one Hershey bar down.
Jesus Christ, dude.
You get the dope title card. Killer way to start a movie. Absolutely killer way. Literally. Oppenheimer?
Imagine
Where's
Oppenheimer
Where's Albert?
filmed in this this type and like the camcorder version. Fucking
Oh my god, dude. Speaking of Oppenheimer, this is completely
oh my
unrelated
god,
to
Cillian
anything happening
Murphy's
now.
dick is literally in front of my face right now.
Yep, yep, yep. We straight up see Wiener, 100%.
Good for you, man. I guess.
Dude is off. Oh my god, that man has a bush.
It was the 2000s, man. I don't think people were like.
People weren't shaving in 2000.
Well, they're British too, dude. What do you expect? Well, sorry, don't say British to Cillian. He's Irish, but I don't know. Europeans
Dude,
didn't
they're
really
also
shave.
lingering on it. It's not like a glancing shot. It's just like we're seeing full on penis for quite a bit of time. Wow.
I'm sorry, honey. This doesn't help the gayness in me, I guess.
But
Bro, yeah, they literally just said like, let me show everything of Cillian.
yeah.
Finally, give him some fucking clothes.
Anyway, speaking of Oppenheimer, did you see? Listen, I have a lot of respect for James Cameron and the films he's made because I think he's very talented. But sometimes he annoys the crap out of me. Like the re-releasing Avatar thing to just for Endgame to not be number one, like that really irritated me. Making it like Avatar is like God's gift to entertainment also irritates me. He announced he's doing a movie after Oppenheimer and all of this just happened. He's doing a movie now on Hiroshima. I was like, okay, cool. Bro, I bet that Pepsi tasted like cocaine.
Well, I mean, did they ever talk about like how long he was out?
28 days. I assume he was in the hospital like
It could have been longer than that, for all I know. I don't think I remember them talking about it.
well, I guess that's true. He could have been in a coma before the outbreak.
Yeah. Imagine people that like were in a coma for like 2 years after like COVID-19.
How long was Rick in a coma?
20 days later.
In TWD. I don't know if we know that. How long was Rick? How long was Rick in a coma?
Man, I really do love how like
4 to
quiet they really
5
make it.
weeks. Rick
Yeah,
was in a
'cause he
coma
was
for
shot.
4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah, we know what happened to him though, kind of. Like they like told us why he went into a coma like almost immediately. Like at least here, like there's still like no real reason. Also, for a guy to be like out, like man was like suited up, like hooked up with like everything known to man. It seemed like.
I'm a little surprised that you wouldn't have died of like malnourishment. But
I mean, I'm sure it's hooked up to like help you survive for a long
dude,
time. I guess.
what a beautiful shot that is. Good Lord. Hello. How many times do you think Cillian Murphy screams hello in this? At least 27, 28.
Is that a trivia thing? I feel like that's a trivia thing.
I don't know.
Could be.
I wouldn't know the actual answer, but I feel like there's like a 15-minute sequence of him just going, hello!
Whoa. If I saw like, I don't know, like I would be kind of frightened right now. If
100%.
yeah, like
And
I wouldn't sit
like
here and
he
be like,
seems pretty, honestly, until he sees infected, like he seems pretty chill about
Yeah.
waking up and everyone is gone and the world around you is trashed. Like,
yeah, exactly.
it's kind of
If I saw like, I would be weirded out if I saw one car flipped and no one was like responding to me. But if I saw like a second one, I'd be like, something's amiss.
Yeah, for real. Oct said, my buddy wasn't happy that I didn't give him a heads up on the full frontal male nudity in the first few minutes of the movie. That's hilarious.
I mean, yeah.
I find it interesting he's taking money.
Well, I mean, he doesn't know shit hit the fan yet, I guess.
Yeah.
As far as he knows, that thing is currency still. It's wild to think that we went from like we're gonna go from this to like people living on a fucking
I
island.
know. Like it never recovered from this.
Yeah.
Like that's wild. That's pretty nuts. I will never financially recover from this. Good day, mate. Also, props to them for actually filming this in London.
I was gonna ask like how are they able to like get London this like empty, I suppose.
Yeah. They did a good job. Very
Yeah.
eerie.
Guys in the comments, like tell me how. Unless this is just like a no, it's not. If it's special effects to try to like make it look like it is or something, I don't know. What does that mean? What kind of street sign was that?
I don't know.
Like the honeycomb on the ground? Yeah. What is this supposed to like signify? Oh,
Yeah, I'd be checking newspapers, dude, being like, what the hell happened here?
yeah, at that point I'd be concerned. It's like could it be like could something airborne have happened? Like am I breathing something in? Like
Right. Why did they have to evacuate all of
yeah,
London?
yeah.
Make that make sense.
Like the last time like London had to do something like that, Mustache Man dropped a couple bombs their way. So like
Yeah, for real.
I would be frightened, my man.
That would be horrifying too.
What?
Reminiscent of like the 9/11 um wall of like all the missing people and animals and
Oh,
just like God. Insane.
he's still confused as to like, well, what do you mean people are missing? Like, bro, if I saw the doodle next to that kid's picture, I think that'd be a good signification of what's going on.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know.
real.
Maybe I got to give the man some credit because the man literally woke up full begonias out. Probably anesthesia still like with like in him at some point. But I appreciate the fact that he went to church almost immediately.
Mm.
Imagine him in his coma and he like meets God and he's like, I need you to go back. You're missing a lot. And then he wakes up.
Bro, who chose in the middle of the zombie outbreak to write that on the wall of a Catholic church?
The end is extremely fucking nah.
Nigh. Like
Nigh.
close.
Oh.
Nah. Oh my god, you said nah. Nah. The end is nah. We're
The
from
end
Kentucky.
is nah. Oh, fuck
That's
off.
freaking hilarious. Yeah, Oxen, I love how he first runs into the infected in a church. Really gives that end of times vibe, 100%. And this, dude, the first time I saw this when I watched this movie, I was probably like 14 or so. When they turn around and just stare at him, that wrecked me. I was like, why are they? Because usually as soon as one sees you, they're after you. And they just weirdly like stop and look at him. It's really, really strange.
Bro, when I saw this group, it's probably the millennial.
Oh God. Like, no thanks. And the friggin' priest. Ugh.
I love how the people who stared at them didn't say anything.
They
Not
were
say anything, but
infected,
didn't
though.
do anything. Didn't do
That's what I'm
anything.
saying. It's so weird that they like don't do anything. And then you have the priest that's like twitching and ugh. Bro hit him with 6 cans of Coke.
Have you ever been hit by a can of Coke? It hurts, dude.
Dude,
Imagine six of them.
I'm sure that's actually a pretty decent weapon.
Yeah.
Bro, I would be gone.
Now they run.
Horrifying.
Was that a zombie that threw the fire?
Nah.
Oh no, never mind.
Dude, I like that they choose to fight them with Molotov cocktails. Like that's kind of dope. You don't see that a lot in zombie movies.
Yeah, because it doesn't
or
fucking
TV
work.
shows. It works with them. Well, I guess it partially works with them. They're still running.
Yeah, you just made the thing running after you blazing hot. Like,
Dick Warlock?
was that a fucking mortar?
Bro just awakened every zombie within a
Everything.
6-mile radius. Like,
Yeah. Bro, so maybe it's the millennial in me, but I'm like twitching at my fingers because I feel like I want to change the video settings to like 1080p, but I know I fucking can't. It's fucking annoying.
because it was filmed with a 2001
That's
camcorder. Like,
That's such a millennial thing for me to say. Jesus Christ.
oh my god, yeah, Oct, dude. That I have like a 20-minute video on this on the channel. Go back and find it. Everyone who's like they're not zombies, they're actually infected. Shut up, okay? They're zombies. Like, they are zombies. Hate to break it to you. I know the hardcore zombie people. I know George Romero would tell me I'm wrong, and I would love to have a conversation with George Romero about this if I could. Like, they're zombies. I don't know. That's always irritated me because all of the elements is it the exact same as Resident Evil or Night of the Living Dead or Dawn of the Dead or Snyder's Dawn of the Dead? Like, it's the elements are all there of a zombie story, even if they're not identical. You know what I mean? I don't know. They're zombies. This is a zombie franchise, like 100%.
This ain't a hallucination, buddy.
That's the first time he actually sounded scared. You know what I mean? Like there was fear in his voice.
I mean, yeah, somebody on fire was chasing after multiple people on fire were chasing after him.
For real. Even that is weird. Like the slow panning to her instead of just panning back and forth between their faces. Like, it's just weird camera choices. Plus the fact that it's like the low quality, you got that 500 pixel, like, it's just, I don't know, man. It's freaky.
Not everywhere, just London.
Just England.
Yeah.
That's weird to think about, that like the rest of the world was able to quarantine it to the UK. Like, but see, that's the thing is she says that there were reports of infection in other places in 2 different countries. So like that's at least France and the US.
Mm-hmm.
But they were able to stop it. It's weird, man. I'm very interested to see how they explain how the rest of the world is just like living unaffected, or at least semi unaffected by the fact that they
I don't
quarantined
know. Probably won't.
an entire company with the rage virus, or a country. Like, that's just wild to me.
They come back different. That would have been bars. LOL. Like, did they not have any other goals
Apparently not,
or like
man.
missions? They're just like, we found him. We'll find your parents.
Yeah, I would love to know what their plan was. Like, are you really just gonna stay in like a snack shack for
Yeah.
like the entirety of your life? Like what were you gonna do?
The music is very eerie too.
It is. The music is very repetitive. Even the in the house in a heartbeat main title theme, it's the same thing just repeated, and it gets the arrangement just slowly adds and builds over time. It's very creepy. That's what I'm saying. This movie does a masterful job of being really, really, really freaky and weird and off-putting. And it's not even just the infected. It's just it's very strange. Ox said they don't die and then come back to life, and the brain doesn't have to be destroyed to be killed. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't. I kind of side with the like. There's not a singular zombie criteria. Like there's so many different variations of it at this point. Like you've got the classic Romero stuff, you've got the Resident Evil stuff, you've got the Walking Dead thing, you've got what The Last of Us is doing, you've got what 28 Days Later has done. Like it's really really interesting, and I just don't think there's a singular answer to what a quote unquote zombie is. And I think there's been so many different, obviously I have preferences, you know. I've got preferences and things that I prefer in a zombie film or in my type of zombie, but like I don't know. It just I think this film embodies a lot of what a zombie apocalypse should be,
Damn.
you know.
They pulled The Last of Us.
They did.
Damn.
Yeah. Wouldn't you though? I mean, let's be real. Like I don't know. If I knew there was not really like there was no plan of escaping, like come on, man.
Wow.
That's so sad. I always
Yeah.
found that note really wonderfully written. Like, horrible, terrible thing to have to witness.
Opposed to what? The flaming zombie?
I mean, fair, but like
They said brain.
seeing the flaming zombies and then finding your parents dead, like that's pretty rough.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, it's my bedtime, so I'm gonna sign out here. See you
Peace
next
out,
week.
man.
Okay. My bedtime alarm went off. I don't know if you heard it.
Yeah.
My man stuffed with cash in his pockets, and he's like,
For real.
fucking useless.
Yeah. For real though, if something like this actually happened, how many people do you think would be like trying to hoard money? Like that actually mattered?
You buy on the dip. Buy the dip is what we always say.
That's
I
terrifying.
know because they were just all battered up. It said Gar. Wait, I have to ask my parents. Oh wait.
Yeah, you go sleep by my dead parents, okay? I'm gonna stay down here in the living room. I'm gonna hang out down here. I've got games down here, like can read a book.
Do you see a face in the top left corner right now?
I do.
What the fuck is that?
I think we're seeing kind of a weird split screen thing of
Oh,
of
okay.
them sleeping.
That was fucking weird.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I was like, what is this bullshit?
It's the cinematography is almost like Danny Boyle got really high and then was just like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's no real like I guess there's some good I wouldn't even say it's like really good editing, but it's just like
But it is
it
though.
felt
It
like
worked. That's the thing. It works really, really, really well. It's just
yeah.
it's like the whole movie was stored on like an SD card from 1999 from Radio Shack. Like that. Like that's like the vibes that it gives off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Definitely gives off Radio Shack vibes.
Bruh, he must have been like 33 when he met her, and she was probably like 20.
Mm.
That man looked old as fucking dirt. Juice.
Juice. Orange juice.
Stupid.
Bro's drinking
Literally,
orange juice from a
my
carton,
face would hit
chugging
the
it.
floor if my parents saw me just take like freshly bought orange juice. I just put it in my mouth. Yeah, my jaw would be fucking cracked.
Also, who's videoing this?
Him, I think. Danny Boyle. Jesus Christ.
Horrifying.
It's just out of nowhere.
Mm.
Yeah, they don't like go for the head. It's just like put it
They
down.
just attack. They just grab and kick and bite and scratch and just it's insane.
Were you a bitten? Oh, he fucked.
Mm. Mm.
Oh yeah, he dead.
To be fair, we didn't know if he was bitten.
Well,
That could
it
have like
doesn't
there was
matter.
glass, like there was glass everywhere. Like
It doesn't really matter because like an open wound with all that can easily get contracted. It's the same way it like I think it
I guess
like
that's fair.
it helps push the idea of like, always I don't mean this in that way, but like always wash your hands because you touch a lot of
Yeah.
things and that shit can get
Like
on you real quick.
well, and even if it was like say glass cut his arm, like if you're actively fighting one, like odds
Yeah,
are their blood or their whatever is getting all over you too. So
exactly.
I guess that's fair.
So I know it sucked, But in the grand scheme of things, they didn't really like him at first.
Yeah.
Sure. It didn't but he said wait, so he was probably like second thinking, like oh shit. Respect. I mean, like, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Is that Eminem? Is that B Rabbit?
Slim Shady. About to rap battle Anthony Mackie.
Papa Duck? Am I making fun of any white man in a toboggan in all black? Yes, I am. Like, we don't even like. Did we really know like how long these two have been like the two people before? Like, how long they've known each other? We really did like dive into that because like I guess
Yeah.
it was supposed to like I guess it's to assume that they've been through it for a while, and like, it's just supposed to like really hit home with the fact like if you are like infected, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Which I get with her exposition like a few minutes ago. Like it's like I don't care if it's your sister, your brother, or something like that. It's like they're infected,
Right.
kill them.
Right. Well, and I mean, we assume they've met within the last 28 days because that's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here, I'll be right back.
Yeah, man. I didn't know if he was infected, but I could see it in his eyes that he knew he was infected. That's nuts, man. It's freaky. Dude, you've chugged like 9 Pepsis since you woke up. Like, for real. Jim said he had a headache. Like, bro, you've crushed 9 Pepsi since you woke up from a 20-day coma. Like, of course. More Pepsi.
What the fuck is Lilt? Is it a European drink?
As she screams,
Yeah,
quiet.
that's what I was thinking.
Also, how did they know that they were in there? It's those quick shots where we don't see infected. That's freaky. Like that. That's weird to me. That's scary.
That guy scared me more than the fucking zombie.
Where's Dad? Where's Daddy?
Can we talk about that fall? Holy shit.
For real. That would be wild.
Run. Will, is that you? Will, if you're there, say
Honestly,
something.
smart though. Shield yourself from as much of the blood as you can. Like, that's good.
Is
I
that
like him,
Mad
man.
Eye?
He Mad Eye Moody. He's one of the few like usually in horror movies there's always a character like to throw you off, like that they end up like not being great. He's like genuinely a good dude in this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man's diverse. I'm not gonna lie.
Is that really him?
Yes, that's Mad Eye.
What's his name? I don't know the actor's names very well in this. Brendan Gleeson. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, you're right. It really is.
Yep.
Hmm.
He was in a lot of movies, dude. Like a lot of them that like
Yeah,
I actually
he's.
enjoyed.
Yeah. I guess earlier when I said that it had a lot of relatively unknown actors, I shouldn't have said that because I guess technically that's not really true.
Yeah.
Creme de menthe. What is that?
Again, like I need to figure out what the fuck is tilt. Okay, if I could pause the movie, I really would to explain something. You don't need to go that deep
What do you
when you're
mean?
shaving. Like my man was literally digging for his fucking
Oh.
jawbone with that
Yeah.
razor. My God.
Creme de menthe is a sweet mint flavored alcoholic beverage.
That low key sounds fire. That sounds good for like a, winter's day.
It is green.
Man, I drink it. What was the drink that they said?
Creme de menthe, a sweet mint flavored liqueur. It has a strong minty taste and is often described as a milky, refreshing, cooling beverage.
No, I was talking about like what he was offering. It was Pepsi and what?
Oh, some other. I assume it's like a. I don't remember what it was. Like a. It almost reminded me of like Tang, maybe
Yeah,
something like that. I mean, it wasn't
or
Tang, but
fish.
I don't know.
We talk about claustrophobia. Jesus Christ.
For real.
Yeah, could you treated
Maybe if
that
you wouldn't
razor
have
like it was
been,
a fucking sheath? My
if
God.
you wouldn't have been digging for your the
How old is it
insides of your
supposed to
face,
be?
then
Wow, that's a pretty pretentious thing to say.
for real.
They literally just saved your life, and nobody was dressed like a fucking juggernaut. What? Just because you have a weird faux hawk, you think that you're better than them? Fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be real. I hope that Selena back in one of the other two films with Cillian
Spoiler
Murphy.
alert.
I really do.
She survives.
Well, yes, they survive, but like,
Bro, she's so pessimistic for it being 28
she
days.
really
You know
is.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
good God.
yeah. It's not like you've lived this for years and years of your life. Like,
Yeah. I think the first zombie I saw, I would get it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, as soon as the news broke that it's a virus that's making people like violently kill and like go cannibalistic on you, like you'd have to get it pretty quickly. Like at some point, it's like, all right,
Yeah.
I gotta get it. Like we gotta figure it out, man. It's time, bro. I would sleep so well. Like you're up in a tower, you're fairly safe. Like oh, that would be the most relieving thing.
But he flew that.
He did. I thought it rained all the time in England.
I know, that's the funny part.
Not in fucking England.
Oh my god. I love
Even that. What a weird
no.
shot.
Oh yeah, true. But so TikTok, I remember when like during the fucking like election, they were like hounding us on like buying like, emergency aid. I totally remember that they had power generated radios.
Yeah.
If 28 days later, okay, hear me out, and you heard that, would your first reaction to like go to it?
I would seriously give it thought, but I would probably take a few days and really come up with a plan. Like I don't think I would just be like, "Oh, let's hop in the car. Let's go." Like I don't think I would just be like strolling my way there. I think I would be
Yeah,
like, "Okay, we need
but
to
it's
meticulously plan how we're going to get there."
well, I agree with what she's saying right now. It's like that's always the trope that like the next like military or civilization that you might find is more or less probably going to be dead.
Fair.
Dude, like but the amount of like zero hope. She had that 28 days before.
Yeah. Like she was like 30 days ago, she was sitting in somebody's office, like, this place is never going to change. This is blah, 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 like, we're never going to make enough money, blah, blah, blah. you know?
Yeah, it gives me a lot of like projection stuff.
Also, what do we think of that as our apocalypse getaway car?
That's literally the car that Harry Potter and Ron drove to fucking Hogwarts.
For real, right? You're going to drive that thing into the Weeping Willow.
Yeah.
Gross.
He's just sleeping, dude. Fuck off. Next time I find you taking a nap, I'm gonna take a picture and be like, gross.
See, that's a cool shot. There's something weird about it that I just like.
Yeah. It's like the monkey watching all the
Oh my
horrors.
god, dude, this scene. Oh my god. This scene wrecks my entire soul. Like, oh my god.
I love how they didn't
Those of
really
you,
debate it.
if
It
you know,
was
you
it
know.
was
like,
it's like they didn't really like debate that issue. And which is hilarious. Because like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to go anything underground.
I wouldn't either.
Look at that. See?
Yup. It is a shit idea. Nope. And they're like Selena's laughing. Like, bro, you're the one who is all like survivalist and making smart choices, and you're just like cackling that you're driving over destroyed cars.
I think she's just laughing out of pure,
Fear.
yeah, or just like accepting of like, I'm gonna die. This is it. This is where I die.
Uh,
Literally, why would you think that would work? 2002. We know what four-wheel drive is. You know what I mean? So we know what our cars are capable of. Oh, buddy looks
Yeah.
at this fucking Model 2 and says, "You know what? I could drive it over other cars."
Yeah.
Fuck it. And that
Something
was
that people like somebody would have attempted like an F-150. He's just like, oh, here we go.
exactly. That entire thing was purely out of pride. Like, don't give me that
For
shit of
real.
like, oh my
100%.
god, it was a flat. Who would have thought? Like, no, you literally were just like, I could do it.
Dude, this This
I mean,
scene is ridiculous. Terrifying. Oh
the
my
amount of
god.
noise you made, though.
And when you realize, like, it's a lot of them. Like, it's not just like a couple. Like, it's a lot. Whew. Also, dude, just Bruce Bannered that car. Like,
Those cars are really light. I'll be honest.
yeah, but two dudes could just pick it up.
You'd be surprised. Mad Eye Moody.
Oh my god, bro. Mm.
Man, the
I'd have
pressure
to
is
just be
on.
driving. Like, I think I would just have to just go. Ugh. Fuck that. Mm. Screw that.
Haha, cool shot.
It is a cool
I don't
shot.
get it. Rage.
But God,
Oh,
that's
okay.
a horrifying scene.
The fact that they just like stopped the
Oof.
second they couldn't get to it.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
Yeah.
But it shows that they may have some like cognition though. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah.
Now this is smart. See, this is a scene that I like. I like this scene a
Okay,
lot.
this is the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen. Dog, the
For
entire
real though,
place
it
would have
is.
been
That place would
demolished.
be
You think?
cleared. It's dude, all the produce is stocked. Like there's
Yeah.
still bananas on the shelves. Like
No
there's
way.
no way. There's no freaking way.
You
It's still
couldn't
got
find a
bread.
CVS anywhere. I love how quick we went from like zero hope to like
For real. Well, I guess a lot of the produce is rotten, but the apples aren't.
that's why I was like I was gonna fucking say that.
Yeah, yeah.
But at that point, fucking eat it. What do you got to lose, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
you're
thing they sprayed-
radiated. You
Good
mean to
thing they
tell me?
sprayed the apples with preservatives.
Yeah, like fucking eat it then. What's you can think the preserve is gonna kill you over that?
For real. Also, we're gonna be picky about our alcohol.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you have the option, you know what I mean? You can just walk out with
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
fair.
I'd contemplate it. Like I'm not gonna like go to a CVS and then if it's like run down and all of a sudden like just grab fucking, ether.
For real. You're not leaving the store with like Coors Light.
Yeah. Thank you.
That was cool.
I'm
I
glad
always
he
liked
bought
that too. I
glad
thought
he
that
bought
was
the
pretty
apple.
neat.
No, I'm glad he bought the fucking apple bot, LOL.
Although I don't like it all hanging out of the trunk. That makes me really uncomfortable. Look at that shot, bro. Like, what is that? That looks like a Peanuts cartoon. It's like they're driving through a painting. Again, cool, aesthetically weird and pleasing, but like, what? Sketch place to stop. 15 out of 10 would not have wanted to stop there.
That's the hard part when you're driving. When you have a car, you have to accept the fact that like you're gonna have to stop somewhere sketchy to get gas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like gas, such a huge commodity, I'm sure, in the zombie
real.
apocalypse. But for like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And there was that whole running thing with like The Walking Dead where they were saying like, oh, how is there still like gas in The Walking Dead kind of thing, like after like 5 years or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
cars should not be running because the gas would have like fucking either dried up or fucking deteriorated at some point.
Right. For real though,
So
what were you? Why would you go? Like, what are you gonna find in there that you don't already have? Like, you have crates of apples and stuff. Like, dude,
honestly, yeah, this is
especially especially if you walk in and it smells like dead things. Nope, I'm
yeah.
out. Like, get me out of there. I'm good. There's nothing in here that I'm gonna want. Like the jar of peanut butter I'm gonna find is not worth, you know, like possibly dying over. No thanks.
That's a finger.
Was it really?
I think that was a finger.
Oh God, I forgot about that. Oh shit.
The baby.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
This fucking movie sometimes, man. Jeez.
Why would you be anywhere near a fucking dead body?
For it, and but also what do you? This is just stupid decisions. Like, what are you trying to find? What are you gonna gain by being in here? Like now you've scarred yourself. Ugh. It's like you have to kill a kid. Like, man.
It looks like he wanted to. It looks like he just wanted to kill one of them. Something about that.
Maybe.
Like there was some.
Which in a way, I almost get it because it's like you're gonna have to at some point, so you might as well you might as well go ahead and get it over with.
Yeah. Also, anyways, I would have like heard that. You know what I mean? Screaming
Yeah,
child.
for real.
I could hear a
Yeah.
screaming baby, like a mile away.
See, here's what I would have done. I'd have filled up the gas can, but I would have stuck that hose right up to. I'd have filled up the car while I was siphoning, like with the hose. That way
Yeah,
you
I
get
would
more
have filled
bang
up.
for your buck.
Well,
Like,
you kind of want to know what you're getting, anyways, because you don't know if it's diesel or gas, one of which can
well,
fuck up your car.
fair, but
Smart.
also,
thinking.
would the interstates be that clear?
Maybe.
Like, remember in The Walking Dead, the interstates are so clogged up from people trying to evacuate and stuff, and like
Yeah.
what they ran into in season 2.
Well, here's the thing.
Which that was
Nobody
also
was able to
that was
get.
Atlanta, but
Nobody was able to get to the highway. They all died inside the town. You know what I mean?
that's fair.
No one's able to get to their cars.
Gross. Raisins are disgusting.
I have a
Gross.
Brad knows this already, but like I have a really big like pet peeve of people chewing and eating like that in front of me.
Fair. He does. Miguel does not like chewing.
Yeah. And as Brad was smacking on some Hershey's and let the record show, I hope Jesus took some notes on my restraint. So majestic.
Yeah.
How's that irradiated apple, Mad Eye? Fucker.
Yeah, dude, if the apocalypse ever happens and all that's left for me to eat is raisins, like I may off myself because I don't know if I want to eat raisins for I can't like raisin cookies, gross. Anything with raisins, gross.
Jesus
Unless
Christ, you
live
act like
somewhere else in the world.
as long as
Dude,
people are
she
alive,
is
you might.
extremely negative. She is
Yeah.
extraordinarily negative. Every
Yeah,
scene,
woman.
she's got like some new negative garbage to say about like the state of the world. And what's funny is it's not even the state of the world; it's just the state of England. It's literally it.
Well, when you have no connection to the outside world, I guess.
Yeah. Which,
Yeah.
to be fair, I guess at this point, the rest of the world is still fighting back infection, like trying to contain it. So, like, maybe the world is kind of in shambles right now, but apparently they go back to normal and they contain it.
It
See,
only
you're
took
saying
her.
you're wrong, but
It
like,
only took her like almost an hour into the movie for her to finally have some resemblance of like positivity. So I'll give her
for
that.
real.
They gonna fuck. What if Cillian has the cure? What if he is the cure? Oh,
He's the Ellie.
he's the Ellie. Yeah. Oh, you thought she died?
Dude, I would be so mad if I was sound asleep and someone woke me up to ask me how I fell asleep.
Honestly, honestly, totally get it.
He
Totally
said,
understand.
not only will we sleep, but if we're attacked in the middle of the night, we won't even care.
Take this right hook. You'll fall right asleep quick.
Come on, Frank, let her pop some pills. Let her live a little.
You wanna know what'll make you sleep? Vodka forever.
You know what'll help you
Forever.
sleep? Pulls out a Glock.
Crucio. Frank's like, what a beta. Let me get back to eating my irradiated fruit. Nightmare, 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 nightmare. Man, wherever the fuck that was, spooky.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Where are you,
Horrifying.
Frank?
That'd be a terrible dream. Weird. Don't like it. That's like this is.
Cheap.
I know. This is like the kind of dream that you have when you take that Walmart brand melatonin.
A melatonin sleep. I swear to God,
For
yeah.
real.
This is, bro. This is, but
Dude,
that's like literally
apparently
take that dream and like multiply it by like 20 if you're
dude,
taking
apparently
value.
that's a thing. People who take like hardcore like melatonin, like apparently they dream some really whacked out things.
Yeah. No,
Hmm.
I agree. Just that's fucking hilarious. I didn't think about that.
Dude, the
It's another
Valium
dream.
worked because he's still knocked.
Yeah. He went straight back to his dream. I feel like this is a dream. Why would you? I would have woke him up like immediately.
Yeah, yeah. You packed up the entire camp but left him and his belongings.
Exactly. I feel like that was a bit. You know what I mean?
Like, wouldn't you be kind of pissed? That's kind of a cool shot. I always kind of dug that shot. That's kind of neat.
Of them driving.
Yeah. There's something. That's the thing is like there's this weird peaceful vibe to the movie too. Like, yes, it's violent and awful, but it's also like there's some really peaceful, just like these weird ethereal moments. It's odd, man. Yeah.
Is that? Was that Christopher? What's his name? Eccleston?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, literally the doctor. He played the doctor. That's funny.
Yep. Christopher Eccleston. Yeah.
He also played. I forgot his name. He was in GI Joe.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. He also plays
This is
Malekith.
crazy. Could you imagine? And how does that happen? Like, how does an entire city end up burning?
She literally said it. She said no one to put the fires out. Birmingham. I know that's a terrible accent. Please don't make fun of me, British fans.
Yeah, don't ever do that again. I would like to go to England. Not during this, that would be awful, but I would like to see England someday.
Oh wow, he's lucky. That's a diesel.
Is it really?
Yeah.
The car?
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, it sounds like an old Mercedes, but I know it's not. Is it? Am I stupid, guys? Am I that stupid? It's a diesel. It sounds like it's a diesel.
I don't know all that crap. So you'd be the do that.
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, doesn't I may be wrong, but don't Europeans drive diesel? They primarily use diesel, petrol, or some. We use gasoline. Let me find this out right now because I feel like I'm stupid right now. Yeah, in the past, diesel vehicles were very popular in Europe.
Mm.
Yeah, like half the cars in Europe are on diesel. That makes sense.
Fair.
He's Irish too, right? I think he is, which I think
Possibly.
is cool because like Cillian is Irish, Frank's Irish. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Well, there goes that hope. I love how
Hmm.
her positivity is risen, but his like
Yeah.
dwindled
Yeah.
bad.
She's stolen it from him.
Yeah,
Which, like, I get it though.
yeah, I do too. I just hate the way it.
Like you go through all of this like hope and trying to be the positive one, like only to find that, you know, I don't know. Also, this was the most unnecessary death ever. Like unnecessary. Like that did not need to happen. But I'm sure everybody in the theater gasped when that happened.
Yeah, It's
It's
sad
so
because like
quick.
yeah, it's sad because like it's so quick that like you saw his like
Yeah.
negativity like start building.
Yeah.
Only and like he never was able to get the damn dude fucking shit. Oh
I
my
know, right?
god.
Like unloaded the clip into his back.
Oh my god. That's where you're that's where you get the fucking like rule number 3, like double tap.
Yeah.
Good god.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you got that.
Shoot them at least 5 times, just to
I
be sure.
mean, was that a zombie kill of the week? I think maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Man, dude, he was so close to finding it too, and that's the
He
saddest part,
was. They
honestly.
were very, very close.
So close.
Dude,
I think
this
that's
was
part of
a
the.
huge plot twist. Like the military actually being bad. Like that's man.
They metaphorically were infected with the rage.
I know, right?
And honestly, it doesn't surprise me. Not to say anything about like military, but like power can do a lot to someone, you know?
It can.
So when you have the driving force, you know, like there's no government control, there's no like oversight, like for him that for a a general or a captain or wherever the fuck he is that like have that power with all these people under his thumb, like fucking easy question. Yeah. I mean, if I had that, I would end up like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I am fully capable, humble enough to admit like, yeah, that could happen to me. Oh, well, fuck you, dude. What does that mean?
What I never understood though is that like their plan. Like you're just gonna keep finding women to repopulate the earth. There we go again, dog. Just like any opportunity they can get
Yeah.
to show Cillian nude, like just take it.
Maybe that's why he became so popular. Bro, like in Oppenheimer, he was straight up butt ass naked too on that one.
Fair.
Bro, people saw that and just thought, "Daddy," like that was like the thing. That was like the thing for Cillian.
Bomb
Like,
daddy.
he is, yeah, bomb daddy. Like he got the Pedro Pascal treatment where everyone was like, "I'm your daddy." Fucking too bad. Like I don't know. I get the mentality of like you don't want like the next generation to suffer like we did, but honey, you're in a zombie. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. Cope. This is how we cope. Oh wait, never mind.
Psych.
How you gonna like? How you gonna cockblock yourself, my guy? I'm the doctor. Bro, how fucking like evil that shit is.
It really
Sends
is.
out a broadcast only for you to like have ulterior motives behind it.
That's
Ew.
weird.
Yeah,
That was really really odd. Like Now I'm gonna be real. The setup is pretty sweet. Like,
Yeah, but if there's, I mean, fuck, one explosion's gonna like, you know, dinner's ready, ding
now
ding ding ding.
now essentially the idea that you're just gonna find and rape women to the point that you repopulate the country is pretty awful. But like, the setup that they have, like the idea of like waiting it out, like part of the idea is all right. It's just they kind of turned out to be sleazeballs, which
Yeah.
sucks.
I feel like this is. I feel like this is a common trope. I feel like I've seen this type.
That's interesting that you can knock them out.
Smart, smart. I guess.
That is nasty.
Still, fucking brutal, man.
Absolutely nasty.
So tell me, are you futuralist?
See, now like that's not a horrible idea. It's like it's not like I don't
I'm
know.
not gonna lie, dude. If you can like find the signs like immediately after meeting him, yeah, I would have. But then again,
What, that they were
when
making horrible decisions?
like they were they were obviously like weird guys. Like there's no like you can tell that the motives are not great.
Yeah. Dude, they have plenty of supplies though. Like, good God. Like, wouldn't you be so uncomfortable? That's an omelet? Bro, that looks black.
Jesus fucking. Oh, Doris.
It's a weird group of people. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. They're wolves in sheep's clothing, 100%. You know what's crazy though is like you said, it's only been at this point what 30, 35 days since everything happened.
Hmm.
Were they that sex starved and has life been that bad for them living in this compound?
Well, it's
I
like I
just
think it's to the point where it's like the second society and like the second society, the standard of society is like removed. It like opens the floodworks for like the worst of the worst to be like, well,
yeah,
okay, fuck it. I guess I could do whatever I want. So like, yeah, like I could see that. Like, I mean, it's the same principle as like the second like a natural disaster occurs, you have looters. It's like
right.
opportunists are gonna get their take, like no
Yeah,
matter what.
yeah,
So this is just one of the prime examples. It just so happens that they didn't end up being looters because they have the means to
yeah,
take. You know,
yeah.
so
It's almost like they enjoy this. Like they enjoy fighting the infected.
I would agree with that too.
Like they
And
enjoy having a reason to blow them up and to shoot at them, and
yeah,
that's a lot of infected. Dang.
it really is. Yeah, so I was thinking that I was like, the second a tripwire is like blown, like it's gonna like it's basically like ringing the bells for dinner for them.
Yeah, for real.
Fuck is a sweetie.
Dang. You know what I mean? Like they're like excited and happy about it. Like they're getting a
Hmm.
kick out of it.
Like I'm kind of worried, like what happened, like within the first 28 days. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
again, like I said, issues like that, like disasters like this opens the gate for shit like that to happen. For people like that to like start taking opportunities and fulfilling their like, really dangerous desires. So like I feel like when shit hit the fan, I wonder if they like turn just as quick as the zombies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Respect, Farrell. It's like a side punishment for them
Yeah, for real.
for not, doing things.
Their alcohol they brought.
I mean, might as well say it now. You killed a kid. And you liked it, bitch. Don't act like you didn't. That's the see, yeah, that's the morality of it. It's like
Yeah.
it was weird because like he kind of like wanted to do it, whether it was a boy or whether
Right,
it was a
right.
boy, a girl, an old man, like he wanted to do it. So it's like,
Like regardless of who it was, he
yeah,
wanted to
like
prove to himself that he could do it.
yeah,
Yeah, I get
it's a
that.
weird thing. It's like the second disaster starts, like morality just goes whoop, out the window, and like you know,
Yeah. And see, this is where we get the darker, twisted nature of what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's screwed up, man.
It's so quick.
For real.
So fucking quick. He said, I brought these men and I said, I'm gonna give you women. Like, what the fuck? Not protection, not food, not like safety, but I'm gonna give you women. Like, exactly. It's like the second society falls, any sense of morality goes out the window. And your worst desires just opens up. Almost like a disease. Again, just like the zombies. Like it infects them so quick. And that's like the scariest part of like
and
an
then we
apocalypse
have this,
such as this.
The one guy with some kind of morale, you know, that wants to let them go. Like
Yep.
He is weirdly touchy.
He probably gay. Not in that sense, guys. Calm down, okay? I'm not, but like again, it's like
desperate times call for desperate
like
measures.
I have power. Like I could take and do whatever I want with whoever I want, whenever I want. So it's like, what the fuck are you gonna do? I have all these like resources and guns and like power. Like you don't have power. So like that's a hit for them. It's weird.
Oh, so they did know that it was. They do know that the rest of the world is okay.
I always thought that was kind of weird. But then again, I do get it because not knowing what this is can be. At least he stayed alive, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, why bother helping? As soon as you know what kind of thing this is, like, why would you want to run the risk of expanding it? Like, the fact that it happened in the United Kingdom was low-key kind of a blessing in and of itself, to the point where it's like, literally, it's a fucking island. Like,
do you think the United Nations or whoever it was right? And again, I assume in 28 years later we'll learn more. We'll learn more about like the specifics of like if it was the United Nations or if other countries were just like, hey, like sorry to anybody left in the UK, but we're gonna leave it, you know, whatever. Like, I assume we'll learn more about that. But were they right for just quarantining the entire country, basically?
That's the tough. That's the tough call, I guess, you know, that you just have when you're in that when you're that high in, you know, government, I guess.
Good Lord.
I mean, yeah, again, it's like, so yeah, look, I get it. And like imagine like if like for some reason they survived, like, so imagine 28 weeks later, like after 28 weeks later and the virus like stopped. Like imagine the uproar that like the United Kingdom would have with like everyone else, where they're like, you fucking left us there to die. Like, and the United Nations like, look, you're on a fucking island. We had to quarantine you. Like there was like our best case scenario.
Boom.
Did he accidentally shoot, or was that like intentional?
No, he shot.
Oh, you shot that
He
guy, yeah.
yeah, he shot the other guy because he was gonna like stab him, and
This scares me the most are the people after the apocalypse.
for
There's a
real.
movie called The Road, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And man, dude, the people that you, it's based on a book, and the people that you like meet in that story, fuck, dude, the
Yeah,
worst. And it's just again, it goes back to the in the apocalypse,
that shot right
dude,
there. That's like,
literally
okay,
any
you
sense
know,
of
then.
hope would be like I would, yeah, because like at that point you know that the world pretty much just said fuck you, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but also, wouldn't the airspace be closed? Like, you would have to make sure that nobody was like flying their plane. You know.
What's the point? Like they're not gonna get infected up there. It's not airborne. It's
Yeah, but you want
not
to make sure
viral, but
nobody
like
accidentally crashes or lands in a quarantine zone.
if they do, then guess what? They're stuck there. Like that's kind of how it works.
Fair.
I mean, it's like you know, like you don't fly over the ocean because if you crash, you're in the fucking ocean. She got a plan.
It's so like I don't even know what the word is for what they want to do. It's so just over the top,
It's barbaric is the word I would
grotesque.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, not to paint men in a bad light, because like I don't think that, I think the majority of men would not want to be like this, but like this group, other than the sergeant guy that just got killed off because he was different than them, like this particular group of soldiers is such a specific like type of dude, and they're all like the same. Like, you would think they haven't seen a woman in like 40 years. Like, they just,
Hmm.
I don't know. This was a cool shot, man. This whole sequence, I always really liked this. I wonder how like far out their perimeter is.
He said, "I'm bringing everyone."
He said, "All those infected that you were worried about that left Manchester when the fire happened, yeah, they're all coming here now."
Who should I call? Everyone.
Jim said, "I'm going to make this the Avengers Assemble moment of zombies right now." Like,
Bro said, "Bro is a fucking bike messenger." Like, you understand that? Like,
How many infected are you trying to bring? Yes.
Yes. That's pretty dope.
I will say Jim does surprisingly well against trained soldiers. Like he really does.
Yeah.
For just some
But
dude
like,
that was a bike messenger that's kind of nerdy and just woke up in this awful situation, like he
but
does
let's be honest, like,
weirdly
yeah.
well.
I'm sure some of these people probably like never seen action for that matter.
Fair. Also, just waste. They waste a lot of ammo.
They got plenty.
Wouldn't you? Yeah, but still, wouldn't you be trying to conserve some
Damn.
ammo?
Bro is a fucking like he is straight up. Well, that's weird to say. He is straight up like native.
What were you about to say?
I was gonna say like he's straight up predator, but like that's weird.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah.
it's like, where are you about to go with that? Like, just wasting ammo constantly,
Also,
man.
like clearly he's not smart because like if I were him, I would send people to do it instead
Yeah.
of me checking it out myself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's not even coming from like a selfish thing. That's just like be smart to do. I'll say this: these zombies will probably be easier to kill. You know what I mean?
What?
Because like a couple of shots, like you don't have to go for the head,
The rage
all that
fire?
other
Oh,
shit.
I mean, that's true, but they move so quickly.
I mean that's true, but like so imagine like trying to figure out. I'm trying to understand. I love this scene.
Yeah, it's a good one. Lightning.
Bro, she looks like she took a lot of Valium already.
For real.
Yeah. Bro, they literally have to fight zombies and try to escape and address.
Yeah.
Props to you. Sharp.
Like, I don't know.
Fuck.
Even if
Oh,
you
that's
wanted to
breath.
like, even if you wanted to try to convince,
Oh no, she was high.
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought she didn't.
Here's the thing. Even if you wanted to try to convince them, like, hey, we need to repopulate the area. Like, I think this is the route we need to go, and you all are gonna have babies. Like, okay, but they're so sleazy about it. Like, I'm not saying that's a good plan. I actually think that's a really shit plan. But like, and it's an awful thing to do. But like, I don't know why they had to go so like sleazeball about it. Like, it just makes me hate like all of them. Which I know is the point, but
Mm-hmm.
dude, oh, good lord, bro, would Valium make you that like just not
You asking me
caring?
like I've taken it before? No, dude, I've never taken it.
Bro, you dropped your gun. Why would you drop the gun? Literally holding a machine gun, and you dropped it. They use the word cunt in like every other sentence.
I think I think
It's like
cunt is a
like it's just a
it's like a
revolving door
European.
of cursing with these
It's a
people.
pretty European like word.
Fair. Honestly, though, pretty smart plan for Jim to let all the soldiers take each other out. Like,
Yeah.
like use the infected to your advantage.
No, it is smart. I agree. Fucking messenger man did this.
Like, not a horrible plan.
Yeah. Stay in there, bitch.
Yeah, bro, I wouldn't be leaving. That I would be in there. Nope.
That's pretty good.
That
The way
was
the
pretty
music
good.
just went to the.
Yup.
I'm so. God damn. I forgot. What a fucking. I'm low key am kind of excited to see how Cillian Murphy is in this in 28 years later.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, from this, yeah. Like my man took out a whole like fucking unit.
For real. But it's weird. Like they have sympathy for each other. Like they care about each other. They just don't care about like doing the right thing for anybody else. Like it's
Well, I
really
think that's.
weird.
I mean, I don't want to like generalize, but I think that's kind of a military mindset too.
Fair.
Bro, my throat would be fucking like sore if I was a rage zombie.
If you had to do the voice constantly.
Yeah. What's the term for these zombies?
Infected.
Is that what it is? The infected?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna call
Yeah,
them ragers.
they usually just call them infected.
Yeah, I was gonna call them ragers. Be like, yo, these are ragers.
Weird, man. Bro, you could go with him, you moron. Like,
It's like I could tell some of them like probably didn't want to like do this. They were just kind of like in there.
yeah. Like they had to go along with it in order for
Yeah,
them to survive.
yeah.
Yeah.
But again, like even those people made their decisions.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Like they're still trying to hang on to the women. Like
I hate to say this, but I think in this society, like that's to them, that's their like highest commodity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oof. Mm. God.
Uh,
Whew. That is rough, dude. Horrible way to go. Like, and of course, they've been moving so violently, she doesn't know if he's infected or not.
you know, at the end of the day, nobody survives the apocalypse because we all become monsters at the end.
Fair.
Like my man, my man is no longer the bike messenger that just came out of the coma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight
Dude, it's
up,
changed.
yeah. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That was an odd.
What? You gotta remember that the fucking like Captain LOL. Bro. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
He said, "Are you stoned?"
It's funny. He didn't care. Fuck. Good on you, Hannah. She
Man,
did that high too, by the way.
for
High on
real.
volume.
Goodbye, man. Goodbye, Mr. Eccleston. Mm. That was a little cliche. I'm gonna be real. That it's one of the few moments I'm like, that wasn't necessary. They
Yeah.
didn't need to do that.
Let's say hell. Oh, you decided to cover up his penis. Good for you guys.
Dude, this movie, I don't remember exactly what they are. Like I would have to look it up, but I remember like there were like four different endings. Like four different possible endings for this movie. And some of them in one or two of them Jim died and it was like a really emotional moment in the hospital. in one ending, like I think they found a doctor or something, like hiding it. Like it was, there's several different endings that the movie almost had, and then they ended up
Mm-hmm.
going with this, which I think is cool. I think it's cool to end it on a relatively positive note. You know,
Well, I
I
mean, I
think that's
guess it
pretty
makes
neat.
sense considering old girl just fucking negative Nancy the entire goddamn time.
Hmm. It's a nice little cottage they found themselves.
Mm. That thing probably costs like $500,000 now.
For real. You know, it's here. I'll say this in a minute. It's actually a really dark ending, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, wow, bro. How is he still like flying with balls that heavy? Fuck. That was a low fucking flyby.
Now, here's why that's a really dark ending. Because knowing that the rest of the world left England quarantined and on their own,
Yeah.
after that person, that soldier, military aircraft, whatever, saw the three of them there with their makeshift SOS sign, guess what happened? Absolutely nothing. They went through all of that to probably still just be left there anyways because
Yeah. For 28
no
years.
one chose to do anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just it's crazy. There's a lot uh there's a lot of questions and a lot of exploration into that side of things. That's maybe the thing I'm most excited for. In 28 years later, is to see kind of the explanation of like what the rest of the world is doing too,
Yeah.
just because it's so interesting to only have it affecting like one place on the planet. That's so weird. I don't know.
It definitely
So
is. But damn, dude.
it's
I
a
forgot
great
how much I like
movie.
this
It
one.
it, it really really is. It's like as far as horror films go, it is about as well as as a film can go. Really, I mean, it does a lot of things well. The acting is good and very believable. It's got the plot twisty thing at the end with the soldiers and kind of how you realize what their, I hate to say evil plan. That sounds very like Disney villain, but their kind of ulterior motive with the fake quote unquote
Their evil
broadcast
view of like surviving. They're
with the
like,
answer to infection.
yeah.
Like the zombies are scary, the atmosphere is scary, but it's still also got some of these cool moments, like these peaceful, ethereal moments with the horses, or when they're in the grocery store. Like can we like think about the fact that the tunnel scene and the grocery store scene happen back to back?
Yeah.
Like
Like roller coaster.
yeah,
Yeah. Roller
it's
coaster of
definitely an
emotion.
emotional roller coaster of a movie, and it isn't like it's genuinely like it freaks me out. Like it's a freaky friggin' movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really hoping that this next film can capture that same weird creepy atmosphere, because I think if it can do that, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So,
It would
but
get a win in my book.
I'm excited, man. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun one to check out. So super stoked. Listen, let us know your thoughts on Danny Boyle's 28 Days Later in the comments below. Again, for me, it's one of my favorites. It's as a horror film, it's probably like a 9.8 out of 10 for me. Like I think very very highly of
Yeah.
this movie, and I always have. So, with that being said, It's our first live show back in a while. It was a blast. Thank you guys. About 2 hours. Be sure to leave it a like if you haven't already. You could follow us on Twitter at LTM Podcast KY. We're also on Facebook if you type in Let's Talk Movies YouTube channel / community page. Be sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And guys, we will be back. I assume we're gonna watch 28 Weeks Later too before we watch Years.
Yeah.
So we'll
watch
come back.
Jeremy
and
Renner fuck some things up.
For real. I don't think quite as highly of Weeks. I don't know. Something about Weeks doesn't. I don't know. It lacks a little bit of the movie charm that this one does. It feels a little too Hollywood for me. I don't know. There's good things about it too, but we'll get there. So, guys, thanks so much for joining us. We will talk to you later. Peace.
Peace.
Take care.